VP of Education, and she is working on speech number 8, which is the using visual aids. Okay, thank you. Using visual aids. Please welcome Nancy Cunningham.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
People, get ready. There's a train a-coming. You don't need a ticket. You just get on board. It's a beautiful song sung by the Impressions, also the late Eva Cassidy. The train I'm talking about is the Pathways train. And it's been running through the country, and finally now it is at the last station, our region. In fact, as of May 15th, all new members, such as Tom, have to get on board. They have to get on the Pathways train, and eventually, so do the rest of us. So what I want to do tonight is talk about some basic vocabulary, some basic concepts, and some tools so we can all get on that train and support each other and really learn the Pathways program, not only for new members like Tom, but for all of us. I'm going to introduce Pathways by talking about 4 distinctive characteristics that distinguish Pathways from the traditional legacy program based on manuals. These distinguishing characteristics are here. Pathways is unified, simplified, amplified, and digitally relevant. First, unified. What it has done is pull together all the learning and the teaching concepts about speechcraft, about leadership, in all the manuals into a large digital platform. It is unified. If you lost one of your manuals, let's say behind the couch, that learning is lost forever. And you may not know that you would have to go and follow the manual in leadership, or that you would have to go get another one. You may forget all about it. With a digital platform called Pathways, everything is unified. It is simplified. Many of the more senior Toastmaster members have remarked to me, you know, you get at a certain point with a legacy program and you're kind of lost. You're not sure where to go. Well, that is not true with Pathways. There are 10 paths, and they're all integrated together. There's not only speechcraft, there's also leadership, management. It's all integrated. Pathways is amplified. So for the legacy program, you have 68 sub-competencies. With Pathways, there is over 280 sub-competencies. There's also an online assessment. And as Jim Sims pointed out last week, the ability to take the feedback from your icebreaker and do your icebreaker again, incorporating that feedback. That was never officially a part of the legacy program. And finally, Pathways is digitally relevant. All electronic devices are able to receive the Pathways program. You can read all of the teaching information, all the resources available on all platforms, and this is in sync with all other learning management systems throughout the country that are based on digital badging. What I want to do tonight is introduce you to some basic vocabulary with Pathways, so as we as a club begin to talk about it, and again I point to Tom because he's our newest member and he's going to be getting on the path, I want you to know what these words mean. Basecamp. Basecamp is the software upon which Pathways was created. It's actually it's a project management piece of software. At USF we've used it, and it has been used to its full extent to deliver this huge learning management program called Pathways. Navigator is actually going to replace the manuals in guiding Toastmasters on its journey. This is a physical copy, but it is available online for anybody to access, and this will replace the manuals. There are paths. There are, of course, 10 paths. There are core competencies. There's 5 of those. There are projects. There's actually 59 different projects and pathways. There are 5 levels, and there are badges. And so besides ribbons, you earn digital badges. And that's a whole new learning concept. And to incentivize people to move forward is through digital badging. Now, how does all this connect together? Well, you choose a path, right? You choose a path. The path has competencies. There are 5 competencies, and each path focuses on certain competencies. And once you focus on those competencies, there are levels. The first level is mastering fundamentals all the way to level number 5 if you ascend the levels up to 5, and that is actually mastering at the highest level. So you have projects, under the competencies you have levels, and then when you complete those projects, you get badges. What I'd like now is for Renato, he's handed out our manila folders. Please open them, and I want you to take a look at what I call a learning sheet, and turn to the part that has all the digital badges. This is a laminated sheet, and you will see all 10 paths, starting with dynamic leadership all the way to visionary communication. You will also see to the left 5 competencies: public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, management, and confidence. And each of these paths focuses on different competencies. Now, if you turn around, you will see dynamic leadership, one of the first paths in alphabetical order, all of the levels, and the projects. There are required projects and there are elective projects. And there's one of these for each of the 10 paths. There are many resources and tools to pathways. There's the project matrix that integrates the paths with all the projects, the navigator I've talked about, the reference guide, videos, and an online assessment. And there's also yours truly, your VPE, Vice President of Education. I will be here for you along the way. So let's all get on board and take the train to glory.
Thank you.